gold chain and some J's, like Nas and Illmatic. I'm so...
How are you all doing today? Double4anime here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Wolf by Tyler, the Creator. Now, I actually never reviewed music or an album, but since I'm a big Tyler, the Creator fan, I thought that I'd review it because, this music is just amazing. Now, this is Tyler, the Creator's third album, and honestly, it's his best album. His first album, Bastard, and his sophomore album, Goblin, felt like they had more storytelling. Both albums opened up with long tracks like Bastard and Goblin, which were more than 5 minutes long, and I felt like maybe this album would probably bring on some of that sort with Wolf, and I didn't really feel that. I got like a 1 minute, 2 minute track. I felt like the last track on Wolf, Lone, could have been the Wolf of the album. It's not that big of a deal, but that's one of the tracks that really opens up the album, and I didn't really feel anything too crazy on it. Tyler's first two albums covered a lot of darker tones. He felt angrier on those albums. The instrumentals and stuff were kind of weak. I felt like the production on that album wasn't that good, but it was still such a great album. And Goblin, my personal favorite, while I understand that that's not his best album, it's my favorite for the simple fact that he touches on a lot of the things that I really like to talk about. A lot of the beats were very unique. Tracks like Goblin, Sandwiches, Yonkers, She had pretty good instrumentals. At the same time, they brought some sort of a story to the table. While there is storytelling on this album, it's definitely not as deep in my opinion. I feel like the stories are kind of within the track, whereas with the previous albums, it was a story told track by track. Now, stepping away from Tyler, the Creator's Wolf, and talking a little bit about Odd Future projects, Mellow Hype's Numbers was the best album they dropped. Personally, I liked it more than Black and White and Yellow White, but I see why a lot of people pick those albums. While the beats on some of the tracks were kind of weaker, I felt like Numbers overall was a great album, with songs like Untitled L, P2, Astro. Odd Future Volume 2 is, in my opinion, their best collective project yet. So you'll notice that the Odd Future members have been improving over the last couple of years, and Tyler's really shown that with Wolf. One thing you'll notice about Wolf right off the bat is a lot of the beats are jazzy. A lot of the songs are actually slow. This is kind of like to give a new feel to his music. A lot of people wanted to go back to Bastard and Goblin. He did bring a piece of that to Wolf, but at the same time he added a completely new feel. And you'll notice that if you listen track by track, definitely not as dirty. It's a lot more clean. Tyler, the Creator, isn't like the best lyricist, and he's not the best rapper, I could honestly say. Plenty of better rappers than Tyler, the Creator, such as Odd Future member Earl Sweatshirt, Funk Volume's Dizzy Wright, Joey Badass, Gambino, etc. There's a lot of younger rappers that are better lyrically and are better rappers than Tyler, but at the end of the day, I feel like Tyler's music is just touches on a more personal level. His lyrics aren't bad, and a lot of people don't understand that, and he's a decent rapper, along with his storytelling, honestly make him one of my favorite rappers. While a lot of the songs were slow and jazzy, this album had, I believe, some of the most aggressive, strongest tracks ever put out by Tyler, the Creator, such as Damo 23, Jamba, even Tamale. A lot of these songs have a lot of room for commercial success. There's a lot of comedy in Damo 23, and it's basically, I guess, talking about his fans and just some random stuff. Jamba talks a little bit about his personal life. Lone and Wolf, while I thought they were weak compared to like previous songs like Goblin and Bastard, I still felt like they were enjoyable.
Pigs was one of the deepest tracks on the entire LP, and the hook was amazing on it. It's one of the standalone tracks on the album that I really listen to a lot. You'll fall victim to the storytelling in Pigs. It really reminds you of like an old Bastard type of feel, because it's one of the last pure tracks, honestly, that feel like an old Tyler, the Creator track. Colossus is one of my other favorites on the album, and just like Pigs, Colossus gives a good story. The instrumentals on Colossus are amazing as well. Parking Lot had a very weird instrumental, kind of like a really cool, chill, laid-back, jazzy type of feel. And Tyler pretty much got his old associate Casey Veggies, and of course, Odd Future member Mike to pull through on this track.
Rusty was a decent track in my opinion. I don't know if it's just me, but it wasn't my favorite track. I felt like the beat wasn't the best. Any song with Earl Sweatshirt, in my opinion, is decent because Earl just lyrically kills every track he just gets put on. Iffy, that was co-produced with Pharrell, in my opinion, was a very good track. The instrumentals, the beats, a lot of the stuff on it was pretty good. The triple track, Party Isn't Over, Campfire, and Bimmer. Bimmer, in my opinion, was sort of like the standalone track of those 3 tracks, because Campfire and Party Isn't Over were, you know, they were just kind of like appetizer tracks, you know, had Frank Ocean in the background and then Tyler just sinking in with his lyrics that honestly I couldn't really care that much about. Slater featuring Frank Ocean was another really good track on the album. I felt like Frank Ocean's part wasn't the best, but Tyler really did it with that track, and it was one of the strongest tracks. Answer was pretty cool as well, the storytelling, kind of more personal. That was my review for Tyler, the Creator's Wolf. And, you know, honestly, I look forward to future projects like Doris, that Earl is supposedly, you know, to, you know, release in a couple of months from now. I'd say Wild Goblin was my personal favorite. Wolf really picks up the production, the lyrics even, so to say, and the storytelling, I think, fell down just a little bit of a notch, but overall I still have to say that this is his best album.